Dan Costello, the president and owner of Costello Dismantling. You're based in?
We're in Boston, Massachusetts, in the States, and we cover mainly the Northeast United States, the New England area. We've been in business. This is our 34th year, and so we've seen a few ups and downs, of course, but we're pretty busy and very encouraged with work that's coming up.
I was going to ask you, business at the moment, obviously the construction sector in the States is going well, the demolition sector as well. That's the way the market is now, and that's the way you think it'll be for the foreseeable future?
You know, we seem to be particularly real estate value driven at this point. There's an awful lot of rather than just replacing obsolete plant and equipment as sort of the model previously on demolition, now the underlying property is very, very valuable, and buildings and structures are being torn down every day to put up something bigger and better and more valuable. So there is just really a surprising amount of that work that's going on.
So that's a lot of urban work then, I guess.
It is, but it's all over the place. It's happening everywhere. Everywhere near a transportation center, there's a lot of demolition going on and a lot of new construction taking place.
And I gather a lot of the coal plants, the coal-fired power stations in the States are being taken out of action. Is that producing work for you, or?
We don't get directly involved in that. Not that we haven't done them, but I guess we just haven't had a low enough number on some of them. But there's a lot of that work going on, an awful lot of that work.
Dan, we're talking 2 days after the midterm elections. Without being political about it, I'm interested to know what you think what impact it might have in the demolition sector.
Well, I had the same question I flew over here to Dublin left Boston Tuesday night, and the election results weren't in, and landed Wednesday morning. And my first question was, what did the stock market do? And it certainly responded very favorably to the election results. I think that sort of says it all. At least there's a lot of hopeful optimism at this point that the economy is going to continue and to be very strong.
Good. Let's talk about the equipment for a bit. All the suppliers are here showing their equipment, and I'm sure you've been talking to some of the vendors. From your perspective as a user of equipment, are there certain key things that you're looking at that you want to see in future? You know, high reach machines or different kinds of technology?
We've been one of the pioneers to have high booms in our area, dating back to 2000. We had the first one. I had the first 700 Volvo high reach in the States, and we use that a lot. We know the new 750 is coming out, and other manufacturers are on the cutting edge of technology all the time, and they're always looking to go higher with a bigger tool so you can do things more safely and more mechanically. Our model has always been to do as much as we can with the machinery to minimize the exposure of workers to potential hazards, to dangerous situations. And we've been advocates of high booms since we first saw them. And they have really changed the complexion of demolition so much in the last 20 years that you almost don't recognize the old days.
You're also big owners of equipment. You're asset managers in a sense. Do you have a clear view on how you manage your machines? Do you have a set depreciation period and you want to replace them every 5 years, or you keep them for longer? What's your policy?
Well, when I started out, I'd buy used machines because I could pay cash for them, and you'd run them until they didn't run anymore. And recently we've taken advantage of corporate financing from the manufacturers, and we cycle our machines on a much more regular basis for several reasons. We have warranty protection under buying a new machine. We have the reliability of having a machine that's going to be running all the time. And we cycle them so that we have a pretty good residual value when we're looking to get out of a machine and into the next one. So we've become a little more disciplined, if you will, on moving the equipment inventory more frequently than we used to.
Okay. Dan Costello, thank you very much for your time.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.